Welcome back to You Too Can Make From Scratch. Today we're going to finally make some pumpkin pie. If you want to learn how to prepare pumpkin pulp from scratch, we have a video on that. It'll be showing up in the icon shortly. And if you want to know how to make crusts from scratch, we just did that as well, and it will also be coming up on the icon. Now, for pumpkin pie, it's a pretty seasonal pie. We have it for Thanksgiving and Halloween and even at Christmas in some families. It's pretty easy to do, and if you make it from scratch, it is dynamite. Now, we're going to begin with some pumpkin pie we prepared earlier. Again, if you want to learn how to do it, you're going to want to go to the previous episode. Now, this is frozen solid. If something is frozen solid and you want to use it, you have to let it thaw out in the refrigerator for about a day, 8 hours. If you want it sooner, you can put it in a container and then put that other container in a hot water bath, and you'll be ready in about 2 to 3 hours, depending on the volume of stuff you're trying to thaw. This will take about 2 to 3 hours. Fortunately, I have some already prepared, already thawed out. Now, you take your 2 cups of pumpkin pulp and you add 2 eggs lightly beaten. You're going to add 1 cup of sugar. Now, most recipes are going to call for specifically 1/4 cup of white sugar and 3/4 cup of dark brown sugar. You can substitute 1 cup of light brown sugar and it's just as easy. With my sugar, I also had the pumpkin spice, which is simply cinnamon, ginger, and nutmeg. You're going to want a tablespoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 tablespoon of ginger, and nutmeg. We also added about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. What salt is doing is it is a flavor amplifier. It makes everything taste more like what it is supposed to do. Interesting note, salt is the root word of salary. In the Roman times, the legions were paid with salt, hence the term salary. Next, you're going to add some evaporated milk. Yes, this is a show about doing stuff from scratch, but honestly, having the facilities to grow your own spices and milk products and the milk farm stuff, you're going to run into a whole lot more problems. It's a problem of economy of scale. Larger farms can make greater amounts for a cheaper price. If you really want to do it, you can, but it's going to make for a very expensive pie. You're going to want to take your evaporated milk, shake it up a whole lot because it will thicken up and it will coat the sides and you're not going to get the right amount out of it. Once it's shaken up pretty good, then you're going to want to open. There are can openers that work, but you can also do it with your pocket knife. Now you stir it up. Make sure it's all nice and uniform. It will be extremely liquidy. That's why we use the eggs. The eggs are a binder which will make it nice and solid. Once you get a color that is consistent with pumpkin, you're ready to go. You take your pie crust, traditional, or if you're daring, chocolate graham cracker. It plays really nicely with it and it's going to be a surprise and you're going to love it. You take your pumpkin soup, fill up your pie shells, not too high because you don't want it overflowing. I like to spatula it out to make sure I get all of the nice yummy pumpkin stuff. Now, we're going to put it on a baking sheet. The reason why you use a baking sheet, even when you have it in a pie shell tin, is because just in case it overflows, you don't want to have to clean your oven afterwards. And it will also prevent you from dipping your thumb in it when you're trying to pull it out. It does happen, and yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Now, what you're going to do here is bake it at 415 for 15 minutes, and then drop the temperature to 375 for an additional 45 minutes. And then you check it, make sure it's good, and you're ready to go. Check back in a moment. Okay, so it looks like our pumpkin pies are done. Yes, that bubbling is normal. Don't worry about it. You're going to take it out. You're going to let it cool before you eat. Very important. That's way too hot to eat. And maybe next time we'll talk about whipped cream.